July 30th. It's my birthday weekend. I'm heading over the coast. It's been hotter than heck in Portland all week. We're in a heat wave, you know, which for Portland it's a heat wave. I know for other people in the country it's probably not, but it's hotter than heck for us, and I hate it. So I'm heading over the coast. I was only able to get a reservation overnight, but I had some things going on. My birthday was actually yesterday, and so you know, I had some little festivities going on and such, and I had to work. So I'm celebrating today. So I hopped in my Sprinter van. I was able to find a campsite over at Nehalem Bay State Park. So I threw my electric bike, my RadRover, in the back of the van and loaded up whatever groceries I had in the fridge that I thought I could eat, and I'm heading over the coast. So far, I'm amazed. I'm right into the coast range now, right outside of Brown's Camp. For anybody local knows where that is. I'm amazed at how much traffic there is heading over the coast. But, you know, it's summertime, and that's where people go to cool off in Oregon. The nice thing is that the Pacific Ocean, which is, you know, just over an hour away from Portland, is always a much more mild. I mean, I think the high over at Nehalem, where I'm heading, is supposed to be like 73 or 74 or something like that, where the high in Portland is about 100 today. And you know, we haven't been getting real cool at night, which is where I have the biggest problem. You know, so I just haven't been getting a good night's sleep. I mean, I gotta have a little cooler, or else I just don't sleep worth a darn. So I'm really looking forward to going over the coast and honestly just getting a good night's sleep. That's what I'm looking forward to the most. And being chilly for a little bit would be kind of nice too. But enough about that. You know, first world problems. You know, but you know, I built up this van. It's time to get out there and use it. Here to the coast. Actually had myself a little bit of a nap, which was great. It's nice to be in some cool enough weather to be able to take a good little sleep, which I did. So now I think I'm going to go out and get my bike set up and maybe go for a little ride. Here's my campsite. Alright, turn the light on back in here. Alright, there's my RadRover. Let's set it up. Okay, well, enough of that. So that's what it takes to get my bike out of my Sprinter van. But I thought I'd take you for a little ride around Nehalem State Park. Nehalem State Park has all these really good trails throughout the park. It's actually a big loop kind of around the park, and this is just right from the campsite. And I'm using an Insta360 camera, so you can kind of see some 360 view of what I'm seeing here. And this part of the trail kind of goes right along Nehalem Bay, which is a real beautiful area. It was a little bit misty here this day, but it sure is nice to be able to explore around an area on this e-bike. There's also Nehalem State Park also has a whole loop dedicated to the equestrian crowd. The horses that people can ride on the beach, and there's some horse trails here, and they stage all down in this area. So I just took a quick little loop through this area, and oh look, there's some horses, and it's always kind of fun to see some.
You got to kind of dodge the horse trophies along the trail, but that's all right. There's also a boat ramp right here, real close to the campground. This gets you out to Nehalem Bay. There's some crabbing and fishing and such out there on a clear day. It's really quite beautiful. But it was just a nice little spin on the e-bike. And then on the end of the parking lot, there's this little trail here, which is mostly a horse trail to get you out on the. This is a big spit, the Nehalem Bay spit that goes out towards the end of the bay. And we're going to ride the e-bike out there, and then just looking at some other little trails that go there. And let's fast forward a bit, and I'm not very far into this trail, and you're going to see I came upon an elk here pretty soon, which was kind of fun to see an elk out here in the wilds here. He kind of ran away from me as I was coming up on him. But as I pedal up slowly here in the left in the trees there, you can see there's a whole little herd of elk in there. I could hear them moving around, and I only got just a few glimpses of them. You can see their little butts there in the trees, but it's always kind of fun to see some major wildlife here, and I just love seeing wildlife when I'm out here on the e-bike and in nature. That's really what I do all this for, is just to get around and see some beautiful sights and some wildlife. You'll notice the trail gets awful sandy here at the end, and I ended up having to push just a little bit. The e-bike doesn't like a lot of deep sand. It handles dirt and firm sand just fine, but the deep sand is just a little squirrely on this big old bike. But this is the very end of the spit there, and off to the right is the Pacific Ocean. Off to the left is Nehalem Bay. It was kind of misty and cloudy, but I could still see a few boats coming in and out, and it sure was nice just to enjoy the scene. Especially when you consider that this area is a little hard to get to on foot, and it's exactly what I have this e-bike for, is to be able to explore these natural areas.
The Nehalem Bay is over that way, and then the ocean is out that way. So I made it out to the end of the Nehalem jetty. It's kind of interesting out here. It's pretty shallow bar, but I just saw a boat come in, probably a 22-footer, Aluma-Weld it looked like. So you can go out, and I don't know if you can make it all the way out to the ocean from here, but also looks like behind me there's a couple of little boats doing some crabbing. Matter of fact, you probably could have crabbed right off of here. Have to remember that maybe next time. But so at the end of the jetty, the ocean's just right over here. Pretty soft sand, though. I'm going to have to walk the bike over to it, but we'll do that. Might have a little take a little break here and just chill out for a few minutes. This it's actually sunny and hot out here, but there's always this little misty marine layer that hangs out in the summertime on the Oregon coast. You know, pretty high humidity, and temperature wise it's probably like, I don't know, 67, 65 degrees or something like that, but you go a mile inland and it's probably 85. So, you know, fortunately this is the best way to beat the heat in Oregon, is to head to the coast, and that's exactly what I did. I head out to the ocean, right up the ocean beach. Something I've always wanted to do. Jetty trail's gotten a little tough. Let's walk along this trail a little bit and see what I got myself into. I can always turn around if I need to. Yeah. I think I might need to turn around. I was hoping to see a bailout trail somewhere, but I haven't seen one. There's another trail. I mean, could get the bike over to here if this is a super good solution. If not, we'll just head back. Ugh, yeah. Okay, that's it. Calling the ball. Well, this this jetty trail was a bit of a bust. Got just a little too rough for the e-bike all of a sudden, so we're going to turn around. I'm only 5 minutes into this trail, so it's not that big a deal. We'll go back down and get on the loose sand and just push it out to the beach. Well, I just had a bit of a workout trying to get the e-bike through these dunes. Tried to find a couple shortcuts and ended up being long cuts, but we got her eventually. Now I'm all the way down by the Nehalem jetty, I guess. Surprisingly, there's not a single person that I can see anywhere on this Oregon beach right now. So this is Saturday, July 30th. Not a single person out here. So I'm gonna guess that's because getting out here was a bit of a bitch. It's probably 3 miles from the campground and no roads. A lot of horse trails though. That Nehalem Bay State Park does have a nice, one of the loops is all for horses, or people that are into horses. Horse riders, equestrian, whatever. Horse lovers, horse nuts. But they're a powerful advocacy group to keep things open for them to be able to ride their horses and take their horses places, so more power to them. So it's not a huge jetty here. I think I'm going to just get on the bike and I'm going to try riding back towards Manzanita. Should only be 4 or 5 miles away. Haven't ridden the bike on the beach before, so this will be interesting to see how it works. Hopefully I don't have to go back the way I came, because that was a bit of a pain in the rear. I'm going to try to stay out of the water, the salt water, because I know that's pretty bad for the bike, but I think I can manage. So anyways, we'll finish my beer here, take a little break. Hey, it's a weekend, man. I'm on vacation. And we'll finish my beer up and head on down the road.
Don't need someone to save me, no, and don't come running to blame me. From miles away I can tell that something's off. The way you look and how you pause when you talk, I think I said enough. You said your love for me something brand new. You said this is something you would never do. Here we are in your car, let me see who you are, who you really are, yeah. Don't need you here to say you're sorry, 'cause if you're gonna leave me, then just do it. Don't take it slow, don't be gentle, no, I just gotta know. If you're gonna leave me, then just do it. Ooh, ooh, let's be honest for a second. Yeah, you're being over your head, babe. 'Cause there is no one other than me that can make you feel the way you feel when I hold you. I think I said enough. You said
So I finally got my beach ride in. Boy, it sure was nice. You notice that it started off really misty that you can see up ahead, and then I broke into the sunshine as I got closer to the town of Manzanita. I don't know who Henry is there on the sand, but it was nice to see people flying kites and just enjoying the beach on this beautiful summer day. Not too afraid about riding the bike through fresh water like this, but I definitely keep it out of the salt water, so that really helps with the gears. And I did find an easier place to get off the beach here. I'm just north of the little town of Manzanita, and off to the right down the along the beach is where I started, which was the Nehalem Bay State Park. But I saw some people wandering up to the road here, so I thought I'd get off the bike and get off the beach a little bit. So you'll see the sand's a little bit loose right here. I probably could have ridden, but you know these people up in front of me, so I don't want to push them too bad. And so we're just moving down this trail to back to. This isn't actually Highway 101 right here. This is just some little road down in Manzanita. Highway 101 is up the hill a little bit, but the little town of Manzanita sure is a neat little town to explore. There's a couple of there's a number of nice restaurants and a lot of little shops to spend some time poking around, and a lot of rentals. You know, if people want to rent houses, there's lots of opportunities there. But once I got back to the road, I thought maybe I'd just explore a little bit. You'll see I'm not the only one with that idea. And oh, look at this guy's got a motorcycle in the back. There's a lot of good riding near here in the Tillamook State Forest, and there's all sorts of campers along here. Nice little VW pop top here, older conversion van, and there's an RV. And look at the spots these people have. They can just sit there, enjoy the sunshine, watch the coast. Be a good place to watch the sunset. I don't believe you can actually camp at this area overnight, although I don't see signs right here. There are, I'm pretty sure there is no camping allowed in the city of Manzanita, which is where we are right here, but it's still a nice place to spend the day, and parking is free, so a good place to stop and just enjoy that beautiful Oregon coast. Good morning. All right, so had a good night's sleep. It's Sunday morning, about 8:15. I think I'm going to make myself a little breakfast. What do I got here? Ooh, man, those onions from last night stink. Those. Easiest breakfast to make. It's a fish hatchery. This particular one has a nice little picnic area. So I pulled over here at the Nat Creek Fish Hatchery. You know, the fish hatcheries are often have a little picnic area and a nice little place to stop. So pulled in here real quick. I'm going to have myself a little bit of dinner. Dinner tonight's going to be a couple of tamales. Check this out. All right, what's for dinner here? How about some tamales? Yeah. Let's see if this one's done. Ooh, ow, hot, hot, hot. These ones come wrapped in plastic, so they actually get steamed a little bit. You go straight from the freezer into the microwave and then into my belly, into my mouth. Of course, you got to have a little hot sauce too. So we're going to have a couple tamales and then move on down the road. So anyways, it was nice to escape over to the coast and beat the heat a little bit. I'm a little bit inland. I'm back into 72 degrees instead of 62 degrees, and that's still pretty pleasant. So I'm going to finish up my little dinner, then hit the road, and won't be home till about 9 o'clock tonight, but that's okay. Back to work tomorrow. That's all that we got going on here. I hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll talk to you later. See ya. Beers and bikes. Bikes and beers.